Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 2 of Fluff My Life, Knit Big or Go Home. This episode is sponsored by Baba Bandits. Thank you Chloe, they're based in Galway and they've given me a discount code KNITBIG and that will give you free shipping on your order. They have so many types of chunky hand knitting supplies on their website, or also finished items if you're not feeling up to the knitting part. I have a video on my YouTube channel to run alongside this podcast, and it's showing me making their hand knit acrylic cushion kit. So if you want to see how it's done and how quick and easy it is, you will see it on my YouTube channel, which is linked in the description below. So chunky hand knitting is what we're talking about today. The first type of wool that you will see people using for hand knitting is pure merino wool. This is unspun wool. It's more expensive of the chunky knit wools because it is a pure wool product. You will see on the video I'm using acrylic wool, which is very similar in consistency to the merino wool, but it's a cheaper alternative. With the merino wool, it's very warm in the wintertime, but also can be cool in the summertime. It's a very breathable substance. It's very soft and also is hypoallergenic and even antibacterial. So you would see it in a lot of the aesthetic interior design kind of photos or Instagram worthy pictures, especially as made blankets and like the cushion I've made in the video. It's all in that hygge, soft, cozy theme that's going around at the moment. Very looks the part. It looks so nice. It looks luxurious, and it is luxurious. With the merino wool and also the acrylic wool, you can knit it on your arm, or you can knit it by using your hands, like you'll see me doing with the cushion. You're just pulling the wool through using your hand. You can also buy ginormous knitting needles and crochet hooks for using with these types of wools. I like to just I've done a cushion before, and also I've done a blanket before. I like to just do them on a flat surface using my hands. The table or the floor is perfect. It's so quick and so easy, and definitely suitable for people who are learning how to knit, because you don't need any supplies bar what you're given in, for example, the cushion kit from Baba Bandits that had the wool, the filling for the cushion, and also instructions. And also, if you're not sure on the instructions, there are so many YouTube videos showing you from start to finish how to make the cushions and also blankets and things like that. Then with the acrylic version, as I said, it's the vegan version, so it's a cheaper alternative to the pure merino wool. It's lighter than the merino wool and also has no allergy effect with people. Actually, also to mention, with both the merino wool and the acrylic wool, you can also use it in weaving. You may remember, if you've been following me for a while, I used to do wall hangings, and the top part was this cloudy, chunky section, and that is using the chunky wool. Then when you're working with the wool, I would recommend the first thing to do is pull apart the whole skein of the wool and just run it through your hands. You'll see me doing it on the video. It kind of just seals in the fibres on the edges because it's such a loose, unspun, normally this type of wool would go to a mill and then that's where it be spun into the wool that we know for regular knitting, where they spin it thinly into threads, whereas this one is just a raw wool. If you notice anything on your finished item, little pilling or little balling of the wool, the best thing to do is just snip them off. Don't pull them off, because as you'll see in the video too, when I pull it, it'll just come apart. So you don't want to be taking chunks out of your finished piece. I've seen people say that dry cleaning is the best thing to do, especially if it's a large piece like a blanket. But if it's a smaller item like a cushion, or also I've seen people use it for pet beds and baby kind of cocoon beds, you could use this cold water in your bath and give it a soak wash. There's actually a great wash for wool pieces called Soak. It's available from places like Spring Wools on their website, I know that, and it's perfect for any of your wool items, in fact, but also it could be used for these. You don't want to wash them in any sort of warmth or too soapy, because that wool will felt and you'll have lost the look of the fluffy, cloudy look. It'll clump together and felt and be a much harder finish. Also on Baba Bandits, you'll see there's chenille chunky yarn. This again is a cheaper version, but also can be used for the same blankets, the same cushions. It just gives you a different effect. It's a no shed version, so you're not going to have that pilling and shedding of pieces. It's just going to stay as it is. It's velvety soft, and also you can wash it in a washing machine. So for that reason, it's more friendly for your pet items and for your baby items. And also if you're thinking that the pure merino is too expensive or needs too much care, the chenille is perfect because it's literally low maintenance in comparison. There's also another type of yarn that they have. They have so many, but I think this is the last one. It's the cotton tube yarn. It's basically a cotton tube that's stuffed, lightly stuffed. So I've seen this used for other cushions, which are kind of like a little knot cushion, and also for blankets and such. And as I said, if you weren't up to trying knitting yourself or hand knitting, you could buy the finished pieces from Baba Bandits. Or at Christmas time, if you saw my Christmas shoppa gloss on Instagram, I had a gorgeous tree skirt that was a hand knit tree skirt, and that was made by Chunky Knits by Lisa. So there are a few other people who make finished items, so definitely worth having a look if you're not feeling up to trying it. But if you are feeling up to trying it, it's very easy, and definitely you will love it. And the finished item is just so cozy and squishy. So have you ever tried super chunky knitting? I would love to see your work. Send me a picture on Instagram on Fluffbug. Or also, as I was saying, if you want to try a Baba Bandits kit, the ready-made items they have are a great discount code, Knit Big, which is going to give you free shipping. Thanks again to Chloe for that. Thanks for everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed this quick run through of chunky knitting, hand knitting. Check out the YouTube video with this podcast to see me hand knitting the cushion from Baba Bandits. I hope you have a great weekend. Slán.